Oh, welcome to the video, everybody. I've had to get out of the house. I've had to come into the garage. Can't spend any more time in the house. Coronavirus. The big thing that's affecting the world at the moment. How is it affecting your lives? Are you self-isolating? Have you had members of staff who have contracted it? What are you doing to stop yourself from getting infected? How has it changed your life? Are you struggling to get food because of everybody panic buying? It's something I've never experienced in my whole life. I'm 52 years old this year. And I've never, ever seen the world fall apart this fast, ever. I know there are still people about who remember World War II and remember everything that went on, how it affected their lives. And this is something that's just appeared like that. November 2019. That's how it got its name, COVID-19. It got that name because it was discovered in 2019, late November, early December in China. That's why they've named it. So if you're wondering where the 19 comes from. I live in the United Kingdom. I live in Wales. I live on the north coast of Wales. I live in a very rural part of Wales. And the part of Wales I live in, the county I live in, which is a county called Conway, so far as the virus goes, we've had one confirmed case. One, up to now. So far, we've been very, very lucky. I think in the next county on, which has got Wrexham in it, I think they've had one death in Wrexham Mailer Hospital. They've had one confirmed case on Anglesey, which is a bit further west than I live. It's sort of over in that direction. It's an island. All on its Jack Jones, connected by 2 road bridges. They've had one confirmed case there. The next county on to me, which is Gwynedd, so far they've had 0 cases. But the majority of the North Wales coast, particularly where I live, is a rural area. Very small villages. Admittedly, we've got a main road. Oh, I can see it from where I live, but it's a good 2.5 miles away, which is our expressway that runs right through North Wales, connects the motorways of England through North Wales up to the docks in Holyhead to get to Ireland. That's our biggest road, and the rest of our roads are little rural country lanes. So I'm not saying you're safe around here, but you're safer. I can still go out for a walk. I walk 10 minutes from my house and I'm into some of the most beautiful countryside you can imagine. I'm right on the edge of the Snowdonia National Park. I can see the mountains, I can see the snow on the mountains at the moment still. It's a beautiful area to live. I'm not in a big town, I live in a very small village. A couple of thousand people live up here. Everybody knows everybody else, everybody knows what everybody does. So, it's just shit at the moment. Everything's just shit. Life's changed all of a sudden. I know my life's changed all of a sudden. It was going to change all of a sudden anyhow, because I'll just give you a little background. Anybody who's watched any of the videos on the channel knows there's a playlist there called Wrist Fusion. I've been having ongoing problems with my right wrist for a long time, number of years. In the last 5 years, I've had all the bones shortened. I've had one fuse plate placed in my right arm. Then I had the ulnar head removed. Then I went back in for another surgery. These have all been separate surgeries. A revision on the wrist fusion. I've also been back in because I broke the radius. So I ended up with another plate on the bottom of the radius under the fuse plate. So this has been ongoing for a long time. And I've been waiting to go in and have the ulnar head replaced. I should have had it done in February. And it got cancelled because the surgeon was ill. So it was rearranged to be done 20th of March, which is today, the day I'm recording this video. So really by rights now I should be in this garage, having come out of my surgery today, which didn't happen. And this should all be bandaged up. And I should have had the ulnar head done. But with what's been going on in the country, I'd carried on preparing to be off work for 3 to 4 months. So I've worked and worked and worked. I've done overtime to give myself a buffer in the bank, knowing minimum I'm going to be off work 8 weeks, maximum 4. So I've set myself up so I know I've got money to pay that bill, pay that bill, pay that bill, pay that bill for 4 months. Check with the hospital on the 18th, on the Monday, 2 days before the surgery. And I was told they hadn't cancelled any surgeries, everything was going ahead. But if there was any updates, they'd keep me updated on a day-to-day basis. So Tuesday evening comes, and they always ring you up on the Tuesday evening just to make sure you know the rules about the anaesthetic the following day. Don't eat and drink after midnight. All the other crap. You've got to be in the ward for 7:30 in the morning. Just in case they're keeping you in, bring enough stuff with you to stay overnight. If you're taking your phone or your iPad in with you, bring a charger, because they give you free internet access. So my bag was packed Monday night. iPad, charger, phone's ready to go. 2 changes of clothes just in case. You never know, they might keep you in for more than 1 night. Everything I needed for a couple of days. Tuesday night they ring me, like I say. And the phone call I was expecting, but not expecting, was everything's on for tomorrow morning, blah, blah, blah. But that wasn't the phone call I got. The phone call I got was, sorry, we cancelled all surgeries. I went, okay, not a problem. We'll just leave it as it is for now. And his secretary says to me, do you not want another date? I says, you're not going to give me another date. Not with what's going on in the world at the moment. It's not worth asking for another date. So I sort of like, I stumped her. I think she was expecting me to go, why have you cancelled it? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's like, what's the point? I understand what the health service need, and they need to be prepared now for when it happens, where I live, when the cases start going into the hospitals, they need the beds. But what they don't want me is in the system at the moment. Say they've done my surgery. So say the surgery got done today. They've opened my arm up. They put the new joint in. They've stitched me up. They've strapped me up. They send me home. 2 weeks later, I get another appointment in the hospital. Change the dressings, take the stitches out. We don't know where this virus is going to go from day to day. In 2 weeks' time, I might not have access to any hospital in my area to have the stitches out, to have my dressings changed. What happens if I have a problem and things have changed? Say I split a scar. Say I lose a couple of stitches and it bleeds. And I've got no access to a hospital. I'm fucked. I'm just going to bleed and bleed and bleed. I don't want that. So I'm under the impression and I accept why they've done what they've done and why they're doing what they're doing. They have made the correct decision in cancelling not just my surgery, every surgery. Because it puts me at great risk if I'd have had the surgery with open wounds to infection. They're doing this for a clinical reason and for my safety. I totally accept it. I'm happy to wait. If it's 3 months, I don't know. 6 months, don't know. If it's another 12 months. So it's what? It's another 12 months. It's not life-threatening. It is not a life-threatening problem I've got. I can live with it. I can cope with it. I can carry on taking my painkillers. I got no issues with that. And the other thing, the other way it's affected my life, because I was lucky in one respect. I was prepared for the surgery, so I've got a buffer now in the bank. I'm okay. There's all that money sat there now in my bank to cover all my bills, knowing I wasn't going to be in work. Maximum of 4 months. I'm sorted in that respect. There's an awful lot of people not as lucky as me who've got mortgages. I haven't got a mortgage. So that's one worry off my mind. What have I got? I've got a nice car outside, but it's not my car. It's on lease. So I pay the lease every month. I pay the insurance on it every month. I can do that for the next 4 months. I got no problems doing that. That's sorted. I've got my baby here. She's mine. She's going nowhere. She's paid for. The only thing I pay every month on this is the tax, because I split it over a 10-month period. But she's insured. As long as I pay the 12 quid tax every month, I can use her. So if the shit hits the fan and the lease company say, we're going to take your car back, you're fucking welcome to it. Take it. There's no skin off my nose. I just use the YXE. I really don't care. Because the car's a car. I can get another one at a later date. I really don't give a monkeys about it. It's just a piece of metal that gets me from A to B. I got no sentimental attachment to my car. Not like the buggies, not like the motorbikes. They're a little bit different. I've got no sentimental attachment to a motor car. I did in the past. I don't anymore. Because I don't keep them long enough. So I'm not asked about the car. But I can't see lease companies doing that. Because if they start pulling cars off people because they can't afford the lease, they're going to be stuck with hundreds and thousands of cars that have now been pulled back off a lease. And they can't do anything with them. Because nobody's working, nobody's got any money, so nobody can buy them. So I think the best thing lease companies can do, if you get yourself into any problems, ring them up and talk to them. Ask them, can they suspend the payments for a period of time? But as soon as that period of time is up, and hopefully things will start straightening themselves out, we'll be going back to work, we'll have money coming in again, you can start paying your lease again. Pay a bit more, catch up on the couple of months you've missed, if you can afford it. If not, you pay your lease. They can always add it to your next one. It's only 3 months payments at the end of the day. And I'm sure if you talk to them, same with credit cards. You got a big credit card bill. Say you're living on your card, or you've lived on your card over Christmas, and you're paying the minimum on it. Ask them for a holiday on the credit card payments. Most credit card companies will do it. Don't get into trouble with them. They understand. I think in a situation like this, they know the best thing to do for their customers is say, look, we'll give you 6 months, 3 months, whatever they've decided to do, as a payment holiday on your payments. We'll just pick up the pieces when the country starts getting itself back into one piece. Because they don't want to write off thousands of pounds, upon millions of pounds with credit card companies, on people that can't pay their bills. And then they're not going to be able to give credit to you again for 5 years because you buggered your credit score up, which means you're not going to be able to get another car on lease because they won't give you the credit. So you're back to running an old banger, but you're not going to be able to afford to do that because you've got no money because you've not been working because of Corona. So they can see what's going to happen in the country. I'm massively oversimplifying this. I bloody know I am. And I'm waffling on again, which I'm good at. Excuse me for that. But no, we've all got to work together with this one. We've got to talk to our credit card companies. We've got to talk to loan companies. We've got to talk to car lease companies. We've got to talk to our banks. They know what's going on. We know what's going on. You talk to them, they'll understand. Don't go get yourselves into loads of trouble with debt. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the crap. But what can we do? We've just got to do our best, hunker down, and pray people don't keep flipping buying 200 million bog rolls every time they go to the supermarket, buying every loaf of bread, buying all the tin stuff, buying all the veg. You know where most of it's going to end up, don't you? Because they bought too much and they can't eat it. It's going to end up in the bin. It's going to end up in landfill. Buy what you need, no more. Let other people have a chance to get other things. Come on, stop being so selfish, people who are doing this. Some of you've got big families, accept that. Maybe you need 10 loaves of bread to see you through the week. You need bloody a gallon of milk. But those that don't need it, don't do it, please. Go in, buy an 8-pack of toilet rolls. That'll see you through a week. Unless you sit on the bog all sodding day. But if you want something else to use for bog paper, try the Sun newspaper because it's full of shit anyhow. And it'd do a perfectly good job for wiping your arse. There are other newspapers you can use, of course. Not just the Sun or the Daily Star, which I don't think exists anymore. But have some common sense, people. We're all in the same boat. Let's all work together. We all want to come out the other end. We all want our economies to recover from this. We all want work after this. We all want jobs after this. And we all want nice things after this. I got no more to say on it. But please, stay safe. Look after yourselves. And I wish everybody the best whilst we're having this horrible crisis. Wherever you are in the world. I wish you the best of luck. Good night.
Bye.